What up, guys? Today's a big day. We're taking the 25 Zx6r in for its second recall inspection. As you can see, we have done some work to it. Got some full headers on there with the M4. Added some carbon fiber. We got the ECU flash by Two Wheel Dyno Works. I think it sounds pretty good. It's loud as hell though. It's not a long ride. We got about 7750 on the mileage. I rode it to the first one. My dealers are pretty cool. It's the Kelly's Kawasaki. They've been kind of keeping me level through all this stuff. That was a big reason on why I got the Kawasaki. I came from a CF Moto that I bought from Ride Now and sort of left a bad taste in my mouth. And I found a dealer that was cool, pretty level, down to earth, and not trying to upsell anything. They were straightforward on the pricing and all that, and service and stuff. So yeah, let's go pay them a visit. Doggies love bikes. Are you going right or left? You didn't have a blinker on, so I couldn't really tell. So I made the transition to no mirrors after I was leaving work and found that one of my screws was missing from the mirrors. And so, I couldn't just have one mirror on. I just haven't gone through the trouble of getting another bolt. I will. But I've actually gotten kind of used to riding without them. I'm not going to say it's any safer or just as safe, but I'm pretty comfortable looking over my shoulder. I've had some instances where I've used my mirrors and still gotten into close calls. So the shoulder check's always, the real confirmation. You just got to make sure what's in front of you is not erratic. beautiful day. Quick shifter can be a little clunky at times. Discovered that it was better at about above 8,000 RPMs. It'll work. It just, I don't know. Third and fourth seems to be my problem child. It could just be anywhere. You never know. If I'm just bopping, I usually prefer just to use the clutch. If I'm really smacking it, we might try quick shifter, but let's see. Yeah, above 8 is pretty smooth. Why did I think I was going to cycle gear? I'm going the wrong way. That was a quick shift. Pretty nice. So yeah, I don't know what people are thinking nowadays about the Zx6r. This is my first super sport. Oddly enough, or ironically enough, I bought the Zx6r in Kawasaki, like I said, for the dealer, and I wanted something durable. I didn't buy the 24 because I knew about the changes. I waited till the 25. I'm like, you know, they've been around a year, nobody's having any problems. It's safe. Plus, I love the look of the 24s, the 26. God dang, they look sexy. And so, you know, here we are with all this recall stuff. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Initially, this wasn't going to be a forever bike, I think. You know, I had thoughts of doing the 1000 type thing. Where I stand now with the mods and the recalls, like, it's going to be a forever bike. No doubt about it. I'm in that phase of my life where I'm not trying to make any more poor financial decisions. Will they happen? Probably, but if I can be more... Oh. That was a clunky one. Be more responsible with the money, meaning, you know, protect this investment, don't sell it at a loss. And we'll do that and kind of revisit down the road. A 1000 just not in the budget by any means. I mean, it's expensive upkeeping a bike, you know? The maintenance, even if you do it yourself, the tires are expensive. I've had this 1 year, and unfortunately the difference between these and the older models, you know, there's a few differences, but one that I don't like is that you have to have your valves inspected every year or 7,500 miles. The old ones could go 15. And if I'm asking my dealer, they say, you can skip this one. But you know, that's always in the back of your head, whether or not your valves are in spec. And I've never done valves before. I haven't done anything until I got this bike. And the last thing I did was did the spark plugs. We did air filter, oil change, of course. That's pretty easy. We deleted the pair valve, which was kind of fun. Not really. So valves, yeah, that would be the next thing to save at least $1,000 if you could do it yourself. But the amount of work, I don't know if it's worth the time. It would take me forever, and I would still feel like I didn't do it right. I mean, I did do the headers, which weren't too bad, but I am not a mechanic, no. And so the first time doing something, it's very nerve-wracking for me. My CF Moto, I messed up the rear wheel, replacing the tires. You can see that on Reddit, or I might have deleted it. It was pretty embarrassing. Got a lot of hate comments, but you live and you learn. We ended up buying all the parts for the rear wheel, sprocket, all that good shit, and replacing it ourselves. The only downside is it took 6 months to get all the parts. Luckily, I had 2 bikes at the time, so I wasn't completely out of riding. But yep. After, what did we do? We did like almost 10,000 miles on the CF Moto 450. And we decided to upgrade. And we are glad that we did. We'll be pulling up to the Kellys now in just a minute. Here it is. We're gonna pull around the back. That's some cool hair. That looks like another Zx6r. It's got the M4 exhaust, same tail tidy. It's a pretty 650. All right, we made it. All right, stay tuned for part 2. Hopefully we'll be riding this thing home. Anyways.